tab 6. First item of old business. This is a familiar topic to all of you who were here last month and the month before. Again, the history is that there were changes to the site work plan very late in the game because of changes that the county asked us to make to the parking lot. It was not observed that adding so much money into the parking lot infrastructure would not be done on such a poor foundation, i.e. paving within the parking lot now. So we asked Shenandoah, the site work contractor, to give us a bid for improving the parking lot surface first, and then doing all the things that have to be put on top of that surface, parking blocks, striping, so on. That is what this is all about. That is the $26,000 of the $37.7 thousand change order that you're looking at. When we asked Shenandoah to tell us how much it would cost to repave the parking lot, we also asked them for a few other things just to see. Well, I should add that handicap parking area is not optional. Y'all understand that has to be done. That's a county requirement. But we asked them to look at the east access road, $4,700, because that also is observed to be in very poor condition, failing condition. And we also asked them to give us a quote on paving the tennis court parking area. The background to that is this is the most logical place from everybody, from the discussion we had last year, to put a skate park. And while they were there with all the paving material equipment, why not just pave the tennis court parking lot also? That $5,700 for that part of this change order could be considered, should be considered as a part of the $20,000 youth activities budget, if we approve it. So that's the background of the actual change order proposal, $37.7 thousand. On the bottom part of the page, you'll see my assessment of where we are currently spending against the budget for the total refurbishment project. And that budget is $1,260,000. The first set of numbers represents things that are either already spent or are allocated for various parts of the project that haven't yet been undertaken. For example, under allowances, if you look at the detail there, you'd find grass seeding, and you'd find the landscaping, and a few other things that aren't part of the main contracts. So the $1,219,000 is committed items that are underway or will be. Also includes the approved change orders. All of the unapproved subjects are at the very bottom of the page. $12,000 for change orders that are proposed but have not been approved yet. $20,000 to be saved for utility relocation, and finally, the subject of this request, $37.7 thousand. All netted together, if we approved all of that, we will still be under budget by some $11,000. Yes, Chris?
I move that we approve the 37.7. Ask your question.
Okay. Discussion.
Two things. Did I understand that the tennis court parking area could be taken out of another budget that's already been budgeted? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yes.
Could be. Yes.
Okay. Then I think it should be.
It should be.
I think it should be. And the second question I have is East Access Road gets a lot of boat. That's the road goes down and you put the boats in the water, right?
No, it's the road between the parking lot and the kids' play area.
Oh, okay. Then no comment.
Parking lot.
I just think we ought to put that in the right budget.
Do we need to shut that window?
No.
Very good.
No.
It's causing havoc, though.
I'll just crank it down there a little.
Yes, John?
Do we have to approve it tonight? And the reason I ask that question is, before much longer, this board has got to face some very real budgetary issues. And I was going to propose either now or at the end of this evening that we schedule a special board meeting to address budgetary issues. We're looking at a shortfall. We're looking at the possibility of a shortfall of several $100,000 this year if we spend everything that's currently in the budget. And I think we're going to have to make some hard decisions. And I'm just, if we approve 37 tonight, that's 37 less than we have to play with. And I'm just saying, if we can hold off for another couple of weeks, I would like to have us do that until after we've had our special budgetary board session that I think we should hold in the very near future.
Dave?
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea, but I'm confused about the tennis court parking area. Is it a skate park or is it a parking lot? I need clarification.
It's a parking lot now, and it's going to be a skate.
How can it be both? What's it gonna be?
It's going to be a skate park.
It's a skate park, it's not a parking lot.
The intention was to turn a parking lot into a skate park.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only a fractional part of it.
No, it's the whole thing.
You talked to Claire on this?
No. But this is to pave the road.
That's to be the whole
Oh,
thing,
okay.
but they don't need the whole thing for the skate park.
I'd say half at the most. So half of it will be parking.
Okay. Chris, you had your hand up.
Yeah, I, in as much as I'm the one that voiced objection to this the last two board meetings because I wanted to come in closer to the estimates for the full price of the project. In discussion with Wayne, to get this done, we're going to have to make a commitment. Do you want to correct me? Okay. In as much as if we're going to get it done, we have to make a commitment, then, although I don't disagree that there are, and you know that I know what the other financial issues are, I think that at 37.5 spent now, as opposed to doing it next year, when we would have to go in and rip up the parking, whatever they call those things, markers, etc., that 37 would turn into 60. I think it's smart money to do it now, as opposed to incurring an inflated expense, which is guaranteed. And that is knowing all the other issues we have to deal with. I believe that this is something that's going to have to be done. And if we don't go ahead with it, it's going to cost us 25, 30, 100% more than if we approve it tonight.
Your point's well taken.
And you also have mobilization costs.
But I understand, but your point's well taken.
And that's why I made the motion.
Right.
And I made the motion with intent because I was the one that's objecting the last 2 months.
I recall. Again, I'm not suggesting that see, the trouble is we don't have a good project schedule. We really don't. And I don't know when this contract has to be awarded in order to get it done in consistent with the.
I believe Shenandoah has told us they need to get started in May. Is that correct, Ray?
It's also correct. And you're not going to get your CO if this handicap parking isn't part of this.
CO means certification of occupancy?
Yeah.
But again, see, nobody hears me. Chris hears me. Nobody hears me. We are facing decisions that are going to be very, very distasteful. We may not be able to furnish the clubhouse. I mean, we are facing distasteful decisions. And it's not, yeah, okay, we could do $1,200 worth of the work and we'd get our certificate of occupancy. So can we should we do $1,200 worth of the work or should we do $37,000 worth of the work? I mean, these are the decisions that this board has got to face. I understand what you're saying about maybe we do the part about the 26K. I don't know. But it's that serious that we have to look at every dollar and decide where the cuts are going to have to be made.